Hey guys, so our next topic is all job states. This is a very important topic for your exam. So what are these job states? Let's learn everything from the scratch. Now to understand this, there are actually multiple different job states. Running, pending, successful, stopped, faulted, terminating, suspended. So there are many things. I'm going to talk about each of them with examples. Okay, very important topic. So let's focus. Now for this, I want you to design a simple sequence as I have done for learning purpose. So here there is a sequence and I have used a message box, hello world. Then I have used a should stop activity below that, and here I have created a variable called should stop. You can create your own variable. I have given it name as should stop. So this is actually a boolean variable. It's a boolean variable, okay? And then below that I have used a if activity. And in the if activity, what I have done, I simply wrote should stop if is equal to false. That means if the should stop value is false, then you should do all this. If it is true, so what is the should stop? I'm going to explain. If it is true, then it will not do anything. Okay, it will exit. Okay, it will exit, or you can put something, some message box if you want. Message box, and I can simply say stopped from Orchestrator. Orchestrator. So what is that? I'm going to show you. Just design this first of all. Okay. So else is done. If it is false, then all this activity will happen. What are those activity? A message box saying hello Rakesh. A click activity, clicking on the snipping tool new button. Okay. A classic activity. Fine. And then final a message box saying process finished. That's all. Pretty simple one. First of all, take your time and design this as I have explained. Okay. Pause the video, design it. Okay, I hope you have done it. Now once it is done, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit on publish. I'm going to hit on publish, and it got published to my orchestrator. Okay, I'm not doing any changes, simply hitting on publish. Let's go to the orchestrator. So once I've uploaded this, where do I find this process I've uploaded to orchestrator, right? I publish it. So once you published it, where would you find? You have to go to tenant and then hit on packages. Okay, tenant and packages, and there you find it. Automate with Rakesh. If you hit on view version, you would be able to see the recent version that. So for you, it could be a different number. Okay, because I've done it multiple times. So the number is 1.0.13. That's fine. Alright, so package has been uploaded. The process has been uploaded to Orchestrator, and now here it is known as package. This much is clear. Now let's go to a folder, any folder that you have. You might be having a default folder or any other name if you have given. Go to that folder. Okay, and click on processes, and then hit on add process. So the package that we have added, it will be converted into a process. So what is that process? Look at it. It's pretty simple. All I am doing, selecting the package that I have uploaded, and I am providing an entry point. It also tells me which version of the package you are utilizing, and entry point. Here the entry point I will leave it as main.xml. So main.xml only I have designed, so I'm leaving it as main.xml. That is where the project should start running. Okay, so in a project you could have multiple different XAML files. So here I wanted to start from main.xaml. Is it clear? Very good. Now let's go back to the process, this one, and hit on next. You really have to do nothing. Here it is telling you what are the queues available. Okay, hit on next and leave it as it is. In the display name, simply type whatever the display name you would like to give. So here I'm saying automate with Rakesh. Now before we hit on create, look at your UiPath assistant. It is right now blank. The moment I'm going to hit on create, what would happen? The process that we have created, automate with Rakesh, will be reflecting over here. So that is a process. So the process is to, you create a process so that in the UiPath assistant it will reflect. So your robot will get a connection or will get access to the package that is currently loaded or currently available on the orchestrator. Simple. Now what is a job? What is a job? Let's close this. Okay, do not start now. Hit on close. Beside this, there is something called jobs. Jobs mean you want to really run it. Right now you have just established a connection. Your UiPath assistant got access to the package. In the jobs, we are actually running it. So let's see that. Hit on start. Hit on start and then select the process and then hit on start. Okay. Now if you go back, you will see the state. Okay. The state is saying running. Running means if you open the UiPath assistant, what exactly it is doing? It is installing the package, right? After installing, it will start running. So you can see hello world, it started running. Okay, job started processing, right? The status got changed here. Here also it is saying running, hello world, and once it successfully runs, okay, it got the snipping tool, it clicked on the new button, and finally from the running state it moved to successful state. So right now you have learned a simple state that is running. This one you have learned, and also you have learned the successful state. These are the two different states you have learned, running and successful, and when it is successful has been executed correctly. Okay, these are the two states you have learned. Now let's look at the pending state. I'm going to explain everything. Do not worry. Don't try to make a note because you may not understand it. So let me explain you the second state, pending state. So to see the pending state, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect my robot. Okay. From the robot tray, I'll click on Orchestrator settings and I'm going to hit on disconnect. So now what happened? My robot is disconnected. Now you can see everything it had got access now because it is disconnected. It cannot access anything from the orchestrator, right? So it cannot access because that is sitting in the cloud, and the UiPath Assistant is your local application on your laptop. So now there is no connection. In this state, okay, in this state, let's say I want to see, my objective is to see the pending state, right? So hit on start. Hit on start. Select the process, hit on start. So we'll have to repeat this creation of job multiple times. So now what is the state? Pending state. So pending state means, what is the explanation for that? Trying to establish a connection with the robot. Pending means what? That means it is trying to establish connection with the robot. So what would happen if I go back and connect my UiPath assistant? I have connected using a machine key, so I'll select that, hit on connect. So what would happen now? Now my UiPath assistant is connected. Okay, you can see connected and licensed. So let me close it. Now from pending state it changed to running. Okay, now you can see the process will start. The process has started. Hello Rakesh. It got the snipping tool. Clicked on that and process finished. Getting it? So what are the three things you have learned? Running state you have seen, successful, has been executed correctly. This one you have seen, and this example you have seen. Trying to establish a connection with the robot. Okay. Now, job is queued on the same robot. Let's say right now I'm only running one job. You can create one more XAML file, another different one, different project, and then upload it. Okay. What happened? It says failed. No. Okay. So it is successful. Okay. So now I was talking about two different jobs running in the queue. Okay. One you have already, it's running, and you are creating another queue while it is running. Let's say at that moment of time, not the same process, it has to be a different project. When you run it, even that particular state where it's waiting for the robot to be available, right? At that moment it will say job is queued on the same robot. Okay, even that particular area you will see a pending state. So these three things should be pretty clear to you. Okay, now successful also happens when has been stopped using a stop button from orchestrator. This is very important and many people will not have a clear idea around this. The job state will also say successful if it has been stopped. If it is running, I am fine. Running and it got completed and successful, it is understood. But it is saying it is also will have a successful state, the job state, when it is stopped using orchestrator button. So what is that? Let me show you. So that's where I told you to have the should stop activity. Should stop activity is a boolean variable, and likewise you have defined. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run. I will start the same job once again. Hit on start. Now look at it. Okay, very important. Look at it. So now it went. So the pending state will happen in a matter of seconds because it's already connected, right? So it will get connected immediately. So now what is happening? The process is running. Okay, the process is actually running. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit on, let the OK button be there. I'm going to hit on stop. Okay, this is one way. There's also another way you can select it, and there's a stop button here. Okay, both the ways you can do it, and I'm going to hit on yes. Okay, now what is happening? A stop signal has been sent. Where it is sent? To this workflow, right, where you have a should stop. So the should stop variable become true now. If it is true, then this should run. Okay, the moment I am going to hit on OK, so what is happening? From the orchestrator only everything is running. So what happened? Because the stop button is enabled, what is saying? This is the intermediary step. Okay, stopping it is saying stopping. The moment stopped from orchestrator, click on OK. Then what would happen? Even here the status will become successful. So were you aware of this? Very important point. Okay, make a note of this. Okay, has been stopped using the stop button from orchestrator. So this all the things you have learned. Very good. Let's move on. Stopped. So when would I really see stopped? When should I see the stopped option? Okay, to see the stopped option, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit on start. Okay, I'm going to start the same process once again. Okay, now there's also another option from the UiPath assistant. Also, I can stop it, right? So give it a few seconds. Okay, so now if you see, let me stop it. Okay, I should see the recent one did not come. There's some kind of instability. Okay, let me try again. It's supposed to appear on the UiPath assistant. It did not. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to start it. Let's say you can also start the job directly from the UiPath assistant. That will become a attended way, right? So now you can see it is saying running. Okay, the process is running. This should actually show me here one button. Okay, now it is shown. Okay, now if I'm going to stop it from here, okay, I'm going to stop it here. Process not, the process automated with Rakesh is no longer running. I don't know. Okay, now it came. Okay, some kind of instability. Stopping process. Are you sure you want to stop all the instances? Say yes. So I've stopped it here. I'm going to click on OK. Now look at the state. So what happened when I'm stopping it from the UiPath assistant? What happened? It is giving a state called stop. That is what I would like to show you. From the UiPath assistant, you have stopped it. The other state, pending state, stopped from orchestrator. So it was in pending state and then you have stopped. For example, how will you get a pending state? Okay, for the pending state, what you have to do, you have to hit on orchestrator settings. Let me disconnect, so that will get a pending state. And now I'm going to start the job. Okay, so these definitions keep on making note. Okay, pending state, stopped from orchestrator. Okay, so now what has happened? It is in pending state. From the pending state, I'm going to stop it. Yes, so there also you will get a state called stopped. Is it clear? So make a note. You may not find all these things, so please do keep on making notes. Okay, now used kill button from orchestrator before it finished executing without throwing any error. So even if you are using a kill button, used kill button from orchestrator. Okay, let's do that. Let me start. So let us first establish the connection. Okay, So now my UiPath assistant is actually connected. Okay, it is connected. Very good. Now let us start the new job. Automate some inconsistency. Fine. So now it is running, right? It's running. Okay, so the prompt has come. It is running. So let me kill it. I'm going to kill this. Are you sure you want to kill the selected job? Say yes. Okay, so what is the intermediary step? It is saying terminating. Look at it. Terminating. Then finally the state change to stopped. Is it clear? Okay. So all these three situations you have understood. Let's move on to faulted. What is faulted? This is very important. Even I think in the UiPath practice exam, you have one question I think on the faulted. So what is this faulted? Very important. Let's see this faulted one. Okay. So for this one, what I'm going to do now, look at it. Here, the click button. Do we have any? For example, if the snipping tool is open, then it is able to do the job. Let's say I'm going to close the snipping tool. Now, if you run the process from the orchestrator, because the snipping tool is not there, this will throw error or not? This will throw error, right? Okay. So what would happen? Let's see that. This time I have closed the snipping tool on my system. All this while I have kept it open. Now let's hit on start. Okay, let's hit on start. So it is running. Great. Okay. Hello world has come. Next, hello Rakesh has come. Now it will try to click on the snipping tool, and the snipping tool itself is not there. So at that state, because it's not able to handle that specific error, what happened? It become faulted. So what is the definition? When you will see faulted, failed to start. One is it could not start, right? It went on pending state for a very long time and then finally it failed. So even that case it will say faulted. The other one would be process 3.1 unhandled error during the execution. So just now you saw this example. Now unhandled. So what would happen, Rakesh? What would happen if I hit on continue on error? I'll enable it. What I'm doing, I'm enabling the continue on error. Okay, and let us save this. So now I'm handling the error or I'm not handling the error? I'm handling the error. So if the error comes, then it should continue to the next activity. So I'm handling the error. Now in this case, let me save it and publish it once again. Okay, published. Go to orchestrator, hit on tenant, go to the packages. Okay, so here if you hit on view version, you would be able to see that. Okay, the new version has come. You can select this. Okay, download package, not this one. From the main window itself, you can upgrade processes. Okay, there is an option called upgrade processes. Select, expand this, select the process name and hit on upgrade. So this is also another way of upgrading a process. Okay, so the process has been now upgraded. So let's check IT processes. Now you can see 1.0.14 has been upgraded. Okay, great. Now I am handling the exception. So last time it has faulted. Okay, because why it was faulting? Because the process threw an unhandled error during the execution. Now I'm going to handle. So if I start the process, what would happen? What would be the state now? The state should change to successful. Getting it? So these are very, very important examples. Continue to make note. So it's running. Okay. Hello world. Hello Rakesh. And then see, it could not find, because I said continue on it, so it moved to the next activity called process finished. Click on OK. So now the state has changed to successful. Getting it? So this must be pretty clear now. So now we have understood the faulted. Terminating, when did you saw? You already saw this example. An intermediary state that is triggered if you click on kill button. Okay, and it will also, there is another state called stopping, right? Stopping when it will come? When you are using the stop button. Terminating when it will come? When you are using the kill button. Clear? Great. Now suspended. Okay, what is the suspended state? This is actually, if you have gone through my action center, right, where you are bringing a human in loop, right? For example, you have done the data extraction from a PDF, from an invoice, and then you would like somebody to approve that, right? Whether this amount should be processed or not, manually somebody has to come. So human in loop. So in those, if you're not aware, you can just have a quick look on the action center, couple of examples there. What happens when you are using such persistent activities, that is called, when you are bringing a human in loop, that time it will also get into suspended state. Okay, an intermediary state that is triggered with the purpose of allowing user intervention or completion of an intermediary process. Okay, this is the definition. So these are the different states that you have seen. Just practice, watch once again if required, but practice it on your own before appearing for the exam. Okay, practice so that you will have a complete understanding what are all those, and you don't have to struggle to remember these things. You will somehow remember because you have already done the practice. Okay guys, thank you so much. Let's move on to our next topic.